So I know tips are confusing and I've had a couple questions, so I just want to show you how it would work. We're going to assume that we're working with the federal minimum wage of $7.25. We are allowed by federal law to deduct up to $5.12 or simply pay $2.13 an hour. So this is our minimum wage. This is our tip credit. And what is left is the minimum we can get away with paying. So we have to pay them $2.13 an hour no matter how many hours they worked. So what I find is, let's say we have someone who works 40 hours in a week and makes $500 in tips. And let's pretend we only pay weekly because it makes it easier. So there's a couple calculations we need to do. The first calculation is we take the 40 hours times $2.13. No matter what, we're writing them a check for $85.20. We know that much. But then the second step is we have to figure out if we owe them more money. Did they make enough in tips? And there's a lot of ways to do it, but what I did is I took 40 times 7.25 or $290. The difference between these two would be how much in tips they would have to make in order to meet at least minimum wage. They did, because this employee made $204.80 more is all they needed to make, and they made $500. So they're perfect. Everything's great for this employee. Now, on the next example, go ahead and pause your screen and try to work it out and see what you come up with. So in this case, we have an employee who works 40 hours a week, and they reported $200 in tips. Same calculations. We're going to take 40 times 213, and we're going to have $85.20 in wages. Then we're going to take 40 times 7.25, and we're going to get $290. Wait a minute. We have to pay them at least $290 in order to cover minimum wage. We're not paying them $290. We're only giving them the $85.20. So we have to take the $290 minus the $200 they made, and we are required to pay them an additional $90. So their check is going to be a combination of $90 plus $85.20, or a total of $175.20. I hope this is helpful. Let me know if you had more questions.